Gentlemen, let me ask you something straight. Do you honestly believe that at your age, women only want men with fat wallets, flashy cars, or a head full of thick, dark hair? Because if you do, let me stop you right there. That is a lie. A lie society has been feeding you for decades. Here is the truth. There is something far more powerful than money or looks. Something most men over 60 already have within them, but do not know how to use. And when you unlock it, women, yes, even younger women are drawn to you like a magnet. And no, it does not take surgery, a sports car, or a miracle pill. It takes just 12 minutes a day. Stick with me because I'm about to share the exact practice that makes women lean in, chase you, and fight for your attention, while other men your age keep wasting their time competing where they cannot win. But first, a quick favor. If you are ready to reclaim your confidence and attract women without gimmicks, hit that like button and drop a comment below and tell me where you are watching from. I love seeing men from all over the world tuning in, and make sure you subscribe, because each week I reveal science-backed insights that most people never talk about regarding attraction, vitality, and maintaining energy and charisma after 60. Now let us bust a myth. Society says once you are over 60, you are invisible to women, unless you have a Ferrari, a private yacht, or you are a retired movie star. You are forgotten, right? Wrong, completely wrong. I have worked with men in their 60s and 70s who have women 20 or even 30 years younger, actively pursuing them. Not because of their bank account, not because of Botox, but because of one thing: psychological attraction. You see, women are not starving for more young, pretty boys. They are starving for maturity. They are exhausted by men at any age who are insecure, needy, or trying too hard to prove themselves. The truth is, you already have the advantage. You just have not been taught how to use it. For those of you who do not know me, I am Dr. Jocelyn Carter, and I have spent the past several years specializing in men's health and relationships, helping men not only reclaim their vitality, but also rediscover their confidence in the dating world. And here is the boldest thing I will tell you. Men over 60 are sitting on an untapped gold mine of attraction power. Younger guys cannot compete with it. They literally cannot. Why? Because they are still building their lives, still chasing validation, still proving themselves, but you have already lived, learned, built, and survived. That is your advantage. So what is the secret that flips attraction on its head? It is something called outcome independence. And when you master this, women cannot resist. Let us break it down into the 3 biggest mistakes men over 60 make and the habits to replace them with. Mistake number 1: chasing instead of attracting. Most men your age are still acting like it is high school. They try to impress women, prove they are still desirable, or worse, flash money as bait. Biologically, this backfires. Women sense desperation the way sharks sense blood. Emotionally, it feels needy and puts them in the power position. Practically, you spend money, time, and energy trying to prove yourself when you do not need to. The fix is to cultivate outcome independence. Instead of chasing, learn to radiate contentment. That psychological shift creates a vacuum effect. She comes to you, and in a moment, I will show you the exact 12-minute daily practice that trains your brain to flip this switch. Mistake number 2: tying your worth to women's approval. Here is what most men do not realize. The moment you look to a woman to validate you, asking yourself, am I still attractive? Do I still have it? You lose her respect. Biologically, your stress hormones spike when you crave approval, making you tense instead of relaxed. Emotionally, it kills your natural magnetism because you are performing instead of being real. Practically, you walk on eggshells, and she feels it. The fix is to detach your self-worth from her reaction. Value your wisdom, your life experience, and your independence. When you radiate that, women sense a man who does not need them, but chooses And that is irresistible. Mistake number 3, competing where you cannot win. Too many men in their 60s try to play the youth game. They dye their hair, buy the flashy watch, or hit the gym trying to look 35 again. Let us be honest, you are not 35, and that is a good thing. Biologically, women are not wired to want a boyish partner forever. They want a man who projects stability, confidence, and groundedness. Emotionally, they crave the peace of being with a man who knows who he is. Practically, you stop wasting money and energy pretending, and you start doubling down on your real strengths. The fix is to stop trying to look younger and start embodying quiet confidence. That is the true alpha energy women are drawn to. Now, let us get practical. How do you actually build outcome independence into your daily life? I teach my clients something I call the indifference activation protocol, just 12 minutes a day, broken into 3 simple steps. Step 1 is 3 minutes of contentment rehearsal. Sit quietly and imagine your life exactly as it is. No woman, no approval, no validation, and feel satisfied. You are not lacking anything. This trains your brain to stop signaling neediness. Step 2 is 4 minutes of agenda-free visualization. Visualize a conversation with an attractive woman, but here is the twist. You are not trying to get anything. No number, no kiss, no date. Just enjoying the moment, free of expectation. This rewires your brain to be fully present instead of calculating. Step 3 is 5 minutes of self-appreciation. Reflect on your accomplishments, your resilience, and your wisdom, not to brag, not to compare, but to genuinely recognize your own value. This strengthens unshakable self-worth. And here is the paradox. The less you care about attracting women, the more attractive you become. Take Frank, one of my clients from New Jersey. He is 68. Instead of trying to impress a woman at his local coffee shop, he just sat, enjoyed his book, and felt fully content. Within minutes, a 52-year-old woman struck up the conversation. They have been together for 2 years now. Why? Because his energy said, "I am already whole. I do not need you, but I would enjoy you." That is the catnip most men never discover. Listen. This is not about being cold, aloof, or playing games. This is about freeing yourself from desperation. Women can sense desperation from a mile away, but they are magnetically drawn to a man who radiates calm confidence. And here is the beauty: you do not need to fake it. You already have this within you. Decades of experience, wisdom, scars, and victories. That is what makes you magnetic. You just need to stop burying it under insecurity and old habits. So, gentlemen, here is the truth. You are not too old. You are not invisible. You are not past your prime. You are standing at the perfect stage of life to attract women in a way younger men simply cannot. All it takes is a mindset shift and 12 minutes a day. So start tomorrow. Practice outcome, independence, and watch how women begin to look at you differently, more curious, more playful, more engaged. And remember this: you do not need to become someone else. You just need to unlock the man you already are. If this message resonates with you, hit like, subscribe, and share this message with a brother or friend who needs to hear it. And in the comments, let me know what is the biggest challenge you are facing in dating after 60. I read every single one. Gentlemen, life is not about fading into the background. It is about stepping into the room with quiet confidence, knowing you have nothing to prove and everything to enjoy. Stay strong. Stay magnetic. Now let's go even deeper, because what I'm about to tell you can completely redefine how you see yourself. As a man after 60, and how women start to see you too. You see, attraction at your age is not about competing, it's about commanding energy, and that comes from within. When you walk into a room, women do not scan your wrinkles, your hairline, or your wallet, they scan your energy. They sense whether you are at peace with yourself or whether you are seeking approval, and the difference between those two states is what determines whether she feels drawn to you or distant from you. Think about this for a moment. Women are emotional sensors. They pick up on the smallest cues, from the tone of your voice to the calmness in your eyes. When you are outcome independent, your body language slows down, your voice deepens, your breathing steadies, and your presence becomes grounded. That calm certainty triggers safety and curiosity in her mind, because very few men radiate that today. Most men either overcompensate or shrink back. You, however, can become the rare type of man who doesn't chase and doesn't hide, he simply is. And that is where true magnetism begins. Now let's talk about something most men never understand: emotional polarity. Attraction is not just physical, it is emotional energy flow. When a man over 60 embodies and calm, grounded energy, it automatically invites a woman into her feminine energy. It makes her feel safe to relax, to express herself, to laugh and open up. When she senses that she is not being judged or rushed, her guard drops and connection forms. Naturally, the problem is, most men today rush that moment. They want results, they try to force chemistry, but chemistry is not forced, it's felt. And it only appears when you stop trying to create it and start allowing it. Another powerful truth you must know is that women do not fall for men who try to fix them. They fall for men who make them feel understood. You have decades of emotional experience, use it. When a woman shares her frustrations or fears, she is not asking you to solve them. She is subconsciously testing your emotional stability. If you can listen without rushing to fix her, without interrupting, without making it about yourself, she will feel something that very few men ever give her: emotional safety. And that feeling is one of the most powerful triggers of attraction there is. And let me tell you something important. Your past, your scars, your life lessons, these are not weaknesses, they are assets. Every mistake you have made, every heartbreak, every challenge has sculpted a level of depth most younger men simply do not have. Women crave depth because it makes them feel like they are with someone real, someone who understands the layers of life, not just the surface. You do not have to pretend to be perfect or untouched by time. You simply have to own your story. Wear it with quiet pride, because that authenticity radiates strength. Now here is another exercise to strengthen your masculine presence. Every morning when you wake up, before you reach for your phone, take a moment to breathe deeply and remind yourself, I am enough as I am. This single affirmation, repeated daily, rewires your nervous system. Over time, it tells your subconscious that you are not lacking anything that you do not need to chase or prove, and that you are in control of your own worth. This state of inner certainty transforms the way women perceive you, because your energy becomes steady, grounded, and rare. You may also notice something else when you start practicing outcome independence. People beyond women start responding to you differently. Friends respect you more. Strangers treat you with quiet admiration, and you find yourself speaking with more confidence. You begin to walk taller, not because you are trying to, but because you feel lighter, free from the constant need to impress. This internal freedom is one of the most attractive forces a man can ever develop. Here is another truth most men ignore. Attraction is not about looks, it is about presence. A man who has presence can walk into a room and every head turns, not because he is flashy, but because he is still. His silence carries more weight than another man's shouting. His calmness commands attention without demanding it. Presence is a form of masculine power that never fades with age. It grows stronger because it is built on experience and self-control. Let me give you another story. One of my clients, Peter, was 72. When he started working on himself, he told me he had not dated in over a decade because he thought women only wanted younger men. He began practicing the 12-minute protocol daily, and within a few weeks, he noticed something subtle. Women started smiling at him in the grocery store. Conversations started happening. Naturally, he wasn't trying to impress anyone. He was simply living with peace and quiet joy. One day, he met a 55-year-old woman at a bookstore. They connected instantly, not because he used a line, but because his energy said, "I am content with my life, come share it with me, not complete it." That mindset is what women feel deep down, even when no words are spoken. So, gentlemen, understand this. Attraction after 60 is not about fighting age. It's about mastering presence. The world tells you that youth is power, but that's only half true. Youth has energy, but age has gravity. The kind of gravity that pulls people in without effort. It's not about being the loudest or the richest. It's about being the calmest and most certain man in the room. Start walking each day with that awareness. Every time you catch yourself comparing to younger men, stop and remind yourself they are still learning what you already know. Life has already trained you to be patient, wise, and emotionally strong. Those traits are exactly what women find irresistible. You just need to believe it again. And here's one final insight before we continue. Women do not remember every word you say. They remember how they felt in your presence. When your energy tells her she can be herself, she will never forget you even if she tries. That is the secret of lasting attraction, and it's built not through charm, but through calm. So tomorrow morning, start your day with intention. Practice your breathing, your presence, your gratitude, and your awareness of who you truly are. You do not need to perform, you only need to be. And when you live from that state of quiet confidence, women will notice you without you having to say a word. Stay tuned because in the next part, I am going to reveal the advanced level of outcome independence, how to use emotional contrast to create deep desire in women without manipulation or games. This next step is where true psychological attraction begins and where men over 60 become truly unforgettable, presented by Psychology 360.